Hi, this is Norse. This is the watch list. We are now Wednesday, the 19th of April. Starting with NZD CAD, I'm watching 4 setups this week or the coming weeks. So the first one is NZD CAD. I'm still expecting price to fall rather hard going forward. So we have taken out the 2016 lows right here. No, the 2017 lows. And I'm now connecting a trend line from the two highs right here. The alert is set, so when price hits this trend line, I will execute a short. NZD CAD is not a big range pair, so 50 pips is more than enough to keep us safe in this trade. I have an EA set to get me in this trade regardless of time of day, so I don't have to watch this pair day and night. So in case this happens in Asia, I will execute trade. So we have taken out this high. I expect this trade to, because we are not far from this trend line itself, so I expect this trade to trigger this week. We are missing like 40 something pips, and we are still below this high, so I don't think this pair is ready to reverse just yet. I have set this trend line slightly lower than the high itself on the second touch just to get in this trade. And Euro AUD, let's remove this line right here. We have a big weekly trend line coming in here. We have a breakout of this trend line itself. I'm now waiting for a retest of this trend line. You can see the alert is already set. So when price retests this trend line, if it retests, I might say, I will execute a long. I'll use 80 pips of stop and I will target 147. So I'll target above this high. We had a similar play on Euro NZT just a few weeks ago. This is what happened. We had a multi-week trend line itself right here, and when price broke, we had the retest right here, and we had a short squeeze going in. So this trade was almost 600 pips. So I want the same thing for Euro AUD. So that's my trade plan for this as well. Wait for the retest and then go long 80 pips of stop and target the previous high right here. The only thing that concerns me of this trade is that we have this trend line itself. So this trend line also represents a 1040. So I want the retest to happen before. I want the retest of this weekly trend line happen before. Then I would like to see the retest happen before we take out this high right here, because it puts more strength to the setup itself. So I want this to coil, go down, and gain strength at the trend line, and then explode to the upside. Then we have gold. We have big trend line coming in here. We also have a gap. I treat this gap right here as an exhaustion gap itself. So when the sellers are giving up, we get this gap that we see right here, and I treat this as an exhaustion gap. We saw this on GBP, and we all know what happened to GBP yesterday. It exploded and moved over 300 pips. Let's see, GBP, just to show you guys as a reference. This is when the buyers gave in. This is the exhaustion gap. And then we had this short squeeze right here. Pulled a channel and broke, exploded, and heading for the 172. So that's what I expect for gold. So we have the exact same setup right here. So I want to retest of this trend line, go short, keep my risk above the previous high, and then just target lower. So if I get short at the trend line itself, then we have a break right here. I will then use the stage 2 to add to my trade, and then ride it lower if price moves lower, that is. So that's my trade plan for gold. Let's go over to dollar Canadian. Here we go. We have the yellow line is the multi-year trend line itself. We have it going back. This trend line goes way back. It has a lot of price history attached to it. And we have, I already marked out the 618, the 70% and the 79% retracement, and a trend line connecting the 2016 highs and the 2017 highs as well. We also have a high right here, comes in right below the 79% and the weekly trend line itself. So the ideal situation would be a raid of this high right here into the 79 and weekly trend line, or even this trend line itself, then execute a short and just see how much pips we are able to squeeze out of this trade itself. So that's the setups that I'm watching for the coming weeks. All of these trades are swing trades, so I don't expect any of these to play out over a day or two. So if this trade gets triggered, they will be multi-week plays. So Euro AUD is the top of the watch list. I really want the retest of the trend line to happen before we take out the previous high. So that's it for the weekly watch list. Thank you very much for watching, and I will keep you updated. Goodbye.